As I teased in our news headlines, Mayor Stephen Murray is here with us now. He, of course, is the mayor of Beaufort, and he's here for a very special reason. This article yesterday was in the Island Packet, and it showed the mayor of Beaufort in a Zoom call with the mayor of Ukraine. And Mayor, it's so good to have you with us to talk a little bit about this friendship, this partnership. How did it get started, and really what is the city doing?
Yeah, good morning, Robyn. Thanks for having me on. Looking for ways to support Ukraine. I think like many of us, sort of glued to the TV, just in disbelief of what's happening on the other side of the world with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. I had a couple of citizens reach out. Some ask us to pass a resolution or to fly a flag from City Hall. And while I'm certainly appreciative of symbolic gestures, it didn't seem to go far enough. I really wanted to try to do something more meaningful to help support Ukraine. I think any of us that are democracy, freedom-loving people watching them fight so hard and so diligently for their freedom and for their country certainly has touched my heart. So again, just trying to figure out a way for us to have a meaningful impact in the lives of Ukrainians from here in Beaufort. Decided that maybe I'm a local government guy. I think local governments, we take care of our people better than just about any other level of government. I'm a bit empathetic. And so thinking about if we were in their shoes and did not have a strong national defense, would we be ready for what's coming, kind of knocking at their door? So late one night, I was looking at Ukrainian towns, looked for something of a similar size. I kind of was struck by Ostrog, who has the first university in Ukraine, who's on a river. Population size is about the same. They've got a youth council with their university. New mayor, like me, he was elected in 2020. So I just sort of on a whim sent an email and a Facebook message late, I guess last Monday or Tuesday night. And I was surprised within a couple hours he responded.
Isn't that amazing? And then, so you all were communicating through email, and then you had a Zoom call on last Thursday where he really talked about the needs for that particular community. So how long was that, and how did it go? And obviously there's a translator.
It was, yeah. He speaks much better English than I speak Ukrainian. He had a translator with him, Vika, who speaks great English. The audio was a little difficult. I'm not sure if it was, my technology or their technology or somewhere in between. But we spent about 20 minutes on the Zoom just talking about our respective towns. I asked them about their experience and kind of what they were dealing with over there. The good news, at least for their town, is that they've not had any fighting. There's no Russian presence there yet, but they do have a number of refugees coming into their town from the larger cities. And they're, I think, just under 200 miles east of Kyiv. And they are trying to raise supplies and organize those and send those to the front lines back to central Ukraine to support their troops.
Right, and so if someone wants to help, I see, actually I gave out the web address, or you could send a check over to the city. So go into kind of what the need is and how we can donate.
Yeah, they've asked for supplies, but they've also asked for funds. We think funds are probably going to be the easiest thing to do. We're doing a little poking around on the logistics of getting supplies, if we can put some of those together. But as you might imagine, getting supplies into a war zone, into Ukraine right now can be a bit difficult. They are able to buy supplies, and so that's why we think that the charitable fund is probably the best way that we can help the fastest. Okay. The city had a pride of place fund that we started several years ago, thanks to our city manager, Bill Prokop's leadership. That allows citizens to donate a tax-deductible gift to the city. We generally use it for local things, planting trees, putting benches in parks, things that kind of augment city budget. But it gives us the ability to create this Ukrainian relief fund. And then Ostro had already set up, their city council had set up a charitable fund on their side, which allows for a pretty easy way for us to international wire transfer funds once we collect them. So citizens can go online at cityofbeaufort.org. There is an online payment option. Frankly, it's a little clunky, but stick with it. You'll get through it. Or you can mail a check to City Hall or drop a check off on normal business hours at Beaufort City Hall.
Very good, very good. And I want to congratulate you. Southern Living Magazine has named Beaufort the #1 small town in the South. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's certainly great to be recognized for this great place that we are and we have. I want to thank Rob Wells and the folks over at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, who are kind of our frontline folks on the tourism side of things and hospitality, who worked with Southern Living and other publications to bring their writers and folks here to expose them to how Beaufort is. Frankly, it's a little bittersweet, sweet, because again, it's always nice to be recognized by a publication like Southern Living. But I also think, for those of us who've been here for a little while, we know that it brings growth and brings some more people here. And so I spent a lot of time figuring out how we manage the growth that's here and that's coming. And so frankly, while I'm super proud and really excited to be recognized, it's also a reminder that we've got a lot of work to do, making sure that we can continue to be just the best small town moving forward.
Thank you so much, Stephen Murray, the mayor of Beaufort, and thank you for what you're doing for the people in Ukraine. And again, congratulations. Bye-bye, Stephen.
Thank you, Robyn. Thanks for having us on. Have a great day.
Coming up on our newscast, Donna Hook will join us. She's representing the YMCA in a big fundraiser on March the 25th. Stay tuned.